What is up, my viewers? Spank here, bringing you another World of Tanks gameplay commentary. Now, this round is a round in my T30, a tank I no longer own, but it is still a tank very near and dear to my heart. This is a standard battle on airfield, and it is a fairly even match. I mean, you look at the teams, the enemy team basically has a bit more heavy armor, in my opinion, but someone actually saying the M103 brought his own artillery support because, as you will see, he is platooned up with 2 artillery pieces. So yeah, that's actually a pretty accurate statement. Now that ISU 152 having that VL10, very basically it has the best gun it can have, which makes it a very potent weapon. Now let's increase this map size, and yeah, that's about good. This match, it gets a bit close. And that's putting it mildly. It gets very, very interesting, and that ISU, in my opinion, not in the best of spots, and I really don't want to draw any more attention here, especially considering I feel like he's in a very good position to get himself blown up, so I'd rather not really put myself in that same position. So I am going to just kind of go on the other side here and decide to push forward. Our team sending a good number of forces to the north, and really, in my opinion, a little soft in the south. Just not as much as I would like, which is why I'm moving into support and really just give ourselves that extra firepower that I feel we need in this southern area. The T30 saying he's not going to scout. Kind of being a bit of a coward, but at the same time, you know what? Late game scouts actually can be very effective. Just, you know, in the later game, they are able to slip past the enemy lines and actually spot that artillery and possibly even kill that artillery, and the enemy team can do nothing to stop them. Just because they don't have the tanks spread out, they don't have the same defensive line they have early on in the game. Now this T20 showing his face a bit, completely unaware I'm here, but now he's aware, and all I do is track the little guy. So not exactly what I was going for, but this is what I was talking about. I didn't feel we had enough armor in the south, and I turned out to be right. We have a T34, a low, and a T20 right here, and not only that, we have an M103 and a Type 59 behind me. So we are definitely in a troublesome position here in the southern area, but North is basically going to have to make up for this. I'm going to play strictly defensive, taking down a good chunk of that T20 south, making him a nice easy kill for artillery. Now our teams are still even on kills here. I'm becoming quite concerned with that M103 coming up on my rear. He is certainly aware I am here, taking out our Type 59, and that Tiger P really won't be effective against that M103. This 59, on the other hand, that Tiger P can handle, but he's got to engage it right. This M103 getting hit by artillery, our team in the north still doing fairly well for itself. Teams are even on losses for the most part. Now we've lost a bit heavier things, and like I said earlier on, in case you missed it, that ISU 152 is dead at this point. Like I said, I didn't think that was a wise position, and I'm not entirely sure what killed him, but if I had to guess, I'd say it was artillery. This Type 59 causing some problems for my team, and I'm going to shoot. Oh, I lost sight. That's exactly my thought process as the game happened. Now, I am the lone survivor here in the south with that low and that T34, that Type 59, that M103, all right here. Now, you see one of those heavy tanks to the south kind of pushing. The M103 is a one-shot for me, and that 59 is my primary concern at this point. The 34 still holding his ground. The enemy team a little wary of pushing on me. That M103 very near death, and I'm going to take a gamble here and hope that 59 isn't in a position to really screw me over. I'm going to hit this this low for a good chunk of his health. That 59 showing himself, and I pull forward so he does not have a shot on me. But I do expose myself to some artillery by doing this, and I felt it was a necessary risk. Our team to the north still doing fairly well for itself, and right here I'm going to try to kill this Type 59, but I leave him at 11 health. So very close to just taking him out, but I've yet to get a kill this match. I have, however, done a significant amount of damage. 3 of my shots have hit, and that equates to approximately 2100 health. So, I mean, certainly bringing the hurt to the enemy team. I'm still trying to spot this Type 59, but that bush is obscuring my vision quite effectively. Our forces to the north doing very well for themselves, and I am still holding up 3 tanks down here, considering that M103 has repositioned. I have to deal with the T34 up. The T34 has been eliminated by artillery. The M103 trying to move up. I see an opportunity for a nice, easy kill here, so I will wait for him to come to me, and here we go. He sees me, he takes a shot at me, damages, but I kill him, so I'm always willing to accept the damage here. I inspect the damage, say, wow, that was a lucky shot. Good for him, not so much for me. This 59 is still in a position to kind of be troublesome for me, but my concern right now is that low. I'm kind of wondering what he's doing, so I'm going to push up a little, see if I can't spot him, making sure that 59 isn't coming up behind me. Our forces to the north still going strong. We have all of our artillery, so does the enemy team, so that is a factor. That is something both teams need to take into consideration. I see the low is not present, but I don't want to push up. Should I push up, I leave our team exposed to that Type 59. I basically let him run straight to our artillery and let him get free kills, which I am not willing to do, so I'm repositioning to a more defensive posture, especially considering teams are even right now in numbers, but not so much in tanks. One of our tanks is a tier 4, so really not much of a punch there, and there we go. I am the last heavy armor on our team, and it's really up to me and artillery to win this. Now, this is a time when that T50 should just blitz through the enemy lines. I'd say probably pull along the south, the J line area, and spot the enemy artillery. He is not, however. He's just sitting there. This is probably one of the most useless scouts I have ever seen. You know, he's really not being that effective. He's just sitting on his ass, and then he gets shot by artillery before he does anything. The guy was a complete waste of space on our team. You know, and I don't care what tier you are, you should always do your best to help your team out. Not sit back and, I guess, try to survive as he was doing. He really should have just been moving, taking the southern line, and going to the enemy team to spot artillery. I mean, I've said it once, I'll say it again, but here I realize we are in a losing position. So I am repositioning. I think that 59 has gone back to base, but as you'll see very shortly, we will find out exactly where he is. I think I realize I'm spotted here, and yep, there's that 59. I realize I'm spotted thanks to 6th Sense, you know, letting me know artillery is about to ruin my day. So I'm trying to be a little bit tricky here, stopping, going reverse, and then going forward, you know, trying to juke out artillery shells, and as you see, it's actually working. If you can mess with artillery's mind game a bit, you know, if they're trying to lead the target, that entire salvo just completely missing me. Play mind games with artillery. That's what you have to do, especially in these slower tanks. You really have to juke them out, you know, make them second guess what you're going to do, and, you know, try to best as you can change your movement when they fire that shot. So even if they splash you, it's not a direct hit for maximum damage. Here I'm still playing defensive. I want to kill that 59. I want to keep our artillery alive best I can. Now, enemy artillery hitting my loader right here. I will heal the guy, because having a hurt loader as a 15 T30 is one of the very worst things that can happen. Right here, I'm wondering exactly how enemy artillery saw me. 6th Sense did not come into effect. You know, as far as I know, that 59 never spotted me. I've got myself hidden, and they still managed to hit me. So I guess here I am spotted yet again, and I make the decision I need to move. Artillery ruining my day yet again. And at this point, it looks like it's all over for me and my team. You know, it's just the end of the line. We managed to kill a low over there, artillery doing its best. You know, artillery on our team basically doing their best to take out what's left of the enemy tanks. Here, I will shoot and eliminate that 59, and then get my tank's rear end out of that area so I don't get shelled by artillery. Now, at this point, very, very close match. The enemy team is still in the position to win this, you know, but it's been evened up a little. I am almost certain that low is a 1-shot for me, or perhaps a 2-shot, but all I have to do is damage him enough so artillery can take him out, or artillery just has to splash him enough so I can take him out. I am more or less a direct fire artillery piece with the level of damage ideal. So it's really 59 saying crazy camo T30. Yeah, it's good. I'm pretty good at what I do. You know, being all sneaky and going unnoticed, taking out those enemy vehicles before they really have the opportunity to do anything. And right now, our teams are at more or less a stalemate. GG to you too, I say, being all well-mannered this match. The S-51 pushing through the north, you know, kind of repositioning to an unorthodox spot, trying to get in an ambush position, not only for that low, but get in a position where artillery isn't ready to be sighted in and kill him. In my opinion, a very wise decision, although the S-51, not really a fast-moving artillery piece, so not really the best thing to be doing that. And here I'm playing very cautious, poking my head out, seeing if I spot anything, absolutely anything, a low, an artillery piece, what have you, but having to play very carefully at this point. The S-51 pushing through the north, more or less trying to sneak up on enemy artillery. S-51 for their team getting spotted right here. Not really sure if I've been spotted or if that was the S-51 on our team spotting him, but as you can tell, no Sixth Sense came up, so I know I am still more or less invisible to the enemy team at this point. Now, here we have this M12 kind of stumbling across each other, and I'm going to take the shot right here before he has even the remote chance to lob a shell my way. You know, I don't want to even come close to taking that risk. The enemy team now has a general idea of where I am at. The E50 saying very close, and that GW Panther on the enemy team somewhere in the southern J quadrant, killing our S-51 before he could eliminate the enemy's S-51. Now, I believe, yes, I eliminated that M12 before he could get 6 kills, just stopped him short of Top Gun. You know, just, he got so close to that, but never quite got there. Now, you'll see, actually, the karma comes back to bite me here in a minute, you know, for ruining his game in such a manner, but at this point, it is still the enemy team's game. I'm not entirely sure what health that low's at, but here I am getting spotted by this S-51. I want to aim at him as quickly as I can. He shoots and misses, my saving grace, and I will fire and eliminate him. Up to 4 kills at this point, and still at 116 HP. So hit points not really my strength at this certain point in the match, but you know, I'm still doing rather well for myself. As long as I have a gun, I am still a potent weapon, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you always have to eliminate the lower health tanks. The sooner you can remove one of those big guns from the game, the better, because as long as he is alive, he can still kill your team. As long as he has shells to load and a gun to fire, he can still kill you. So as long as that particular tank is a threat, as long as he has good penetration and a good gun on him, you should always take the opportunity to eliminate them. Now, my shell completely missing there, you know, the last thing I wanted, and here I'm going to try to play a bit of a mind game with the GW Panther here and try to outsmart him, as it were. The enemy artillery on my team attempting to help me. I said enemy artillery on my team there, wow. The artillery on my team attempting to help me. Here I am trying to spot for artillery on my team, but this Panther will so kindly oblige and just come forward and let me kill him. Now it's up to the artillery on my team to eliminate this low. If not eliminate, at least reset him. Reset him so I can get back to the capture point and kill him myself. And that's what I'm saying. It's up to this M12. I believe it's an M12. It is indeed this M12 on our team to eliminate this low. He doesn't even have to eliminate him. He just has to splash him. He just has to reset that capture point. And he's basically stalling. He's waiting till the last minute, the last second. And this is why we lose. Right here, captured. We lost. That M12 waiting far too long. He should have been on that cap so much sooner. And really losing that match because of his hesitation. So I was so close to Top Gun. I was so close to winning. Our team should, well, I shouldn't say they should have won that match, but we had that very awesome comeback at the end, and then we lost it. We just let it go because that M12, he made the wrong call. He waited far too long. He was a little too afraid, I guess. I don't even know, but one of those things of playing, you want to play to win. You don't want to play to not lose. You don't want to play to survive. You want to play to win. And to his credit, the M12 did move there at the end, but it was just too late. Now let's look at the post game a bit. Personal achievements: 5 kills, 11 shots fired, 10 hitting the target, and I took 3 hits, but almost died. That's artillery for you. And Battle Heroes Sniper going to me and the T30, an Invader going to that Los, obviously. But, you know, decent game, good amount of experience, good amount of credits, especially for a loss on a tier 9 tank. And without anything else to discuss, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And, oh, I didn't do it right. Subscribe. There we go. And if you have replays, send it to spanglereplays@gmail.com. As always, email will be in the description. And this is Spang signing off.